Recently, there were two instances where Donald Trump seemed to have difficulty doing simple things, simple physical things like drinking water or walking. The first case was actually during his visit to the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. This was the graduation, and in the video, it seems like he's struggling to drink water. Take a look. Okay, so there's the first video. Appears to be struggling holding the water with one hand, then he grabs it from, the bottom of the cup with his second hand. And by the way, this next video that we're going to go to is also at West Point, and it features him struggling a little bit to walk down a ramp. It's really that last part where he does like that like really gets to me, right? Because it's like, we all saw you. Like, I get it. You're trying to play it off. We all saw you. You were struggling. And then later, he felt the need to defend himself on Twitter. I'll get to that in just a second. But Cenk, jump in.
Yeah. So, look, some folks might think like, hey, wait a minute. He's 74 years old. Give the guy a break. He just had his birthday. And Melania gave a birthday shout out to the U.S. Army, but not him. Anyway, so he should be careful around stairs and stuff like that. And some older folks do have to use both hands to lift a cup and stuff. Look, we're not hating on anybody based on age. That's nuts. Bernie Sanders is older than him, and we'd love for him to be president. No, but I think there are some significant issues here, for real. Number one, this is a guy who's beat up both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden on their age and frailty. So there's no way I'm letting him off the hook. So if he's having, issues with his mental state, well, we're going to talk about it because Trump opened the door in a big, big way. We'll get to that Hillary Clinton ad in a second as well. The tweet is hilarious. And what he wrote about Obama later is hilarious. And by the way, I'm going to explain to you why he's so worried about appearance in this case a little bit later as well. But I don't want you to forget, this guy went to the doctor unexpectedly just a couple of months ago, and then, as usual, completely lied about why he went. So he does have some mysterious ailment that he's never explained. And so he said, it's just like basically a routine checkup that we did in an emergency way. Yeah, like you inspected the bunker boy, right? No, there's no inspection. No, you had a real problem. And remember, this is also very important. And this is insane. I can never get past people not emphasizing this. He had a security break into his own doctor's offices and steal his own medical files. His doctor's on record, on tape, saying, yeah, they broke into my office, these thugs. And I told them not to do it. And they took Trump's medical files. And so his medical situation is so disastrous, he had to steal his own medical files. So is there something potentially wrong with him? Definitely. And thank you for opening the door to that conversation, both in how you treated others and also in your tweet. So, Anna, let's proceed. Let's go to the tweet, and then I want to give you his tweet on Obama as well.
So he tweeted, because there was a lot of speculation following those videos. The ramp that I descended after my West Point commencement speech was very long and steep, had no handrail, and most importantly, was very slippery. The last thing I was going to do is fall for the fake news to have fun with. Final 10 feet, I ran down to level ground. Momentum.
We saw the video, you schmuck. You ran the last 10 feet, and then he calls it momentum. The little skip at the end after he's already out. Okay, let's watch him running the last 10 feet. Let's watch. Watch this. Last step. Whoa! Momentum. Jackass. I love it. So, and he said, you're very slippery. The reporters are like, it was a beautiful sunny day. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Slippery. And he said, it's a very steep. We have eyes. We can see it. It's not very steep. but he's obsessed with falling. So that's why I wanted to go back to the tweet that he had about Obama back in 2014. He said, the way President Obama runs down the stairs of Air Force One, hopping and bobbing all the way, is so inelegant and unpresidential. Do not fall. He ended it with, do not fall. Okay. You know why? This is actually related to a story we did before about how Trump obsessed over how he looked to other wealthy people. So he would obsess about which billionaire, actual rich person, was coming to his party. And he would tell people about this one guy who lost all of his money and was not invited to parties anymore, and how humiliating that was. This guy is so insecure. He's perpetually worried about embarrassing himself. And so that's why he's like, don't fall. I'm not going to fall. No, I'm not going to fall. I would be embarrassing. I don't want to get embarrassed. He's so deeply insecure. And the people who think he's a strong leader, hilarious. You crack me up, man. Be careful on steep, slippery ramps, okay?
Mm-hmm. So he did put out an ad back in 2016 in an attempt to attack Hillary Clinton because she was seen on video fainting. And so he had argued at the time that Clinton did not have the, quote, fortitude, strength, or stamina to lead the country. Here's what that ad looked like.
Our next president faces daunting challenges in a dangerous world. Iran promoting terrorism, North Korea threatening, ISIS on the rise, Libya and North Africa in chaos. Hillary Clinton failed every single time as Secretary of State. Now she wants to be president. Hillary Clinton doesn't have the fortitude, strength, or stamina to lead in our world. She failed as Secretary of State. Don't let her fail us again.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
So if you're going to attack and approve the message of other people having health issues, especially related to their mind, yeah, we're definitely going to talk about the state of your mind, such as it is. It is in great disrepair. And the difference between Trump and others like Biden and Hillary Clinton is, first of all, in case of Hillary Clinton, it was totally made up, 100% made up. Second of all, when Trump does fall, his mental decline is more significant because he's didn't start with much mental ability to begin with. So when he loses a couple of brain cells, there's almost none left.
I just want to stop being embarrassed every day by this country, because that's how I feel. I feel deeply ashamed and embarrassed. And it's not just about Donald Trump, but Donald Trump, of course, at this moment is a huge part of it. And so I don't know. I don't know what to say. His tweet about this is ridiculous. I mean, all you can really do to stay sane is just laugh about it, which is exactly what I did when I read it. It's just so unbelievably ridiculous. And this is the kind of nonsense he engages in. And Donald Trump is either embarrassing or insanely destructive to this country, which, I mentioned during the main show today when I talked about how he's deregulating how private equity firms can basically prey on the retirement accounts and pensions of workers in this country. We're all trying to catch up and keep up with everything that's going on, and he loves the chaos because he uses the chaos to financially benefit himself and all of his cronies. Yeah. So sorry for taking it to a deep, dark place, but we're just in such a bad place right now. I mean, we talk about irreparable harm to his brain. I mean, there's irreparable harm in this country because of his actions. And it's really hard sometimes to even find any comedic relief in the stupid things that he does. So anyway,
okay, look, since Trump did not mind speculating about the mental well-being of his opponents, let me read to you some of the characteristics of a frontotemporal dementia. Okay. I'm not saying he has it. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you that it creates movement disorders, including poor coordination, muscle weakness, difficulty swallowing, muscle spasms, increasing difficulty in using and understanding written and spoken languages, having hesitant speech that might sound telegraphic, making mistakes in sentence construction, also lack of judgment, loss of inhibition, increasingly inappropriate social behavior, loss of empathy, and other interpersonal skills, such as having sensitivity to another's feelings. I could go on and on, but let me tell you something. If this dude lost empathy, man, he's in negative territory on empathy. So I don't know that he's got that type of dementia. He definitely matches some of the characteristics of that dementia. But either way, if he has had any kind of mental damage, it was a brain that was already in perilous shape. And so there's almost nothing left in it. And that's the guy that's running for president of the United States and is currently commander-in-chief. God help us all.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.